Welcome back to the latest edition of NC Sports Weekly News, your water sports central. Windsurfing greats in Fuerteventura, Offringa, Gollito, and Albeau take the PWA Grand Slam as the Canary Islands deliver awesome slalom and freestyle conditions. Wright is back and nabs the Vans US Open in a final clash with Stephanie Gilmore in Huntington Beach. Iain Williams and the GAC Pindar crew hold back Mathieu Richard's Luna Jets. The inside story with Senior Correspondent Sebastien Destremau. In the briefs, the Round Britain and Ireland race to start this weekend. Take on the multiplayer challenge and sign up on Virtual Regatta. The world's most famous yacht race, 188 years young. Cows Week 2014 is now in full swing. Corsica Classic Preview. Michel Dejoie and crew will be on board. Mega special coming this September. NC Sports, plunge into the action. Knots and spectacular wave conditions have swept the Canary Islands for the Fuerteventura PWA Grand Slam, as over 100 of the world's top men and women pros battled it out in both slalom and freestyle disciplines. Reconfirming his 2013 results here, five-time world champion Jose Gollito Estredo from Venezuela finally got his magic back and defeated current world champ Kerry Thode from Bonaire by just a handful of points, after winning the double elimination and forcing a super final, while third place honors went to Steven van Broekhoven from Belgium. It was an emotional victory for Gollito now 1 year after the loss of Germany's Paskowski due to cancer, a tragedy that struck the entire PWA family.
I would want to go for the winner of the event and dedicate to my best friend Andre Pakoki. I'm so stoked, and cannot believe my day today is amazing.
Among the ladies, a six-time world champ Sarakita Offringa once again proved why she's the queen of freestyle. The Aruban prodigy was unrivaled and took every heat of the competition. Big surprises instead in the pack, as Russia's Olja Raskina clinched her first PWA podium in second place, and Norway's Oda Johannes Stokstad Brodholt nailed the third.
So that's the end of the Fuerteventura World Cup of 2014. I really enjoyed this event. We had wind every day. There was a really good vibe on the beach, and I'm very happy with my performance on the water. So finishing in first here feels really good.
Fuerteventura also delivered some spectacular slalom action for this PWA Grand Slam, and so did multiple world champ Antoine Albeau. On a comeback in the last days of racing, the veteran pro won 3 out of the remaining 5 rounds to secure the event title. This was an all-French affair as Albeau, Mousselimani, Toseli, and Mortefond took all the top spots.
Very happy, especially that was kind of tricky at the beginning of the week. Pascal was pushing a lot. I didn't do so well at the beginning. I was a little bit fighting, and I managed to get maybe a little bit more wind, and I trimmed a little bit more my gear, and at the end I was getting some speed, so it was a little bit more easy for me.
For more windsurfing and kite racing action, tune in to this Saturday's premiere of Top Story from the Canary Islands, with a full recap of both the PWA and PKRA Grand Slams. The interviews, the highlights, and results here on NC Sports. Things are truly heating up on this 2014 Women's ASP Championship Tour as top contenders met in Huntington Beach for the Vans US Open over the weekend. Tactical 1-meter waves washing under the pier met Aussies Stephanie Gilmore and Tyler Wright for a super close final of this California Surf Classic. 2012 World Champ Gilmore came out strong in the USA and then made her way to the top first by narrowly defeating American Lakey Peterson in the quarters, and then nailed it in the semis with a huge 9.93 for a total of 16.10 to 14.03 against another Australian fighter and world number 2, Sally Fitzgibbons. Tyler Wright instead did away with reigning world champion Carissa Moore in her quarterfinal and ruled once more in the semifinal with a 13.17 to 8.70 against another Hawaiian, Manly Emmanuel. The final all-Australian showdown at this 2014 US Open was marked by waveless lulls and restarts. Tyler definitely hit first with an 8.67 that turned the match into an uphill climb for Stephanie. With few good waves to catch, Gilmore did start ahead, but then was unable to replace her bottom scores as wave conditions deteriorated further. While Wright took the lead with 10 minutes left on the clock and secured her first season victory with a 14.77 to 13.16. Current ASP World Rankings for the ladies still see Carissa Moore and Sally Fitzgibbons virtually neck-to-neck in the lead, with Wright now in third, Gilmore dropping to fourth, and Manuel closing the top 5. Will Carissa keep her crown? With just 4 events left on the calendar after the summer, the moment of truth is fast approaching. You'll be there with NC Sports.
Sopot Match Race sees an impressive victory for British skipper Iain Williams and his team. You're watching the Sailing Updates Desktop News. Welcome to the office. The Sopot Match Race is taking place on the Baltic in the Polish holiday resort close to Gdansk. This is the first occasion that the Polish event has appeared on the Alpari WorldMatch Racing Tour, and its unique flavor has proved a great success. The final day starts with the last semi-final races. France's Matthew Richard is able to secure a final berth promptly against Trevor Canfield. Being 2 down against Phil Robertson, Williams manages to win 3 races in a row to secure the second final berth.
Starting this morning, I guess we thought that the semi-finals was as far as we were going to get, but the guys just came out firing.
So racing for the Sopot Match Race title, we have Iain Williams from Great Britain facing off Matthew Richard from France. GAC Pinda plants a penalty on Richards in the pre-start of the first race and pulls ahead until the finish. Getting ahead on the first bit and leading for the rest of the race, Richard is able to level the score to 1-1. The third and final race is a tight one, with both boats colliding at the bottom mark. For his infringement, Richard receives a red flag, immediate penalty.
It's a bit frustrating to lose the final, but 2-1, and anyway, it's a good result for Team Luna Jets. We finished second here. We probably jump a bit, climb a bit on the ranking of the World Tour. We are in the game, and yeah, we cannot say it's so bad. So it's a good result to finish second here.
The penalty given to Richard is all Williams needs to sail away to a great victory.
We're really pleased to have come through and won here in Sopot. We came here just thinking if we can get into the semi-finals, then we can keep the pressure on the other team.
There's more. Senior Correspondent Sebastien Destremau will also be taking you to the 7-star Round Britain and Ireland race. Dockside Frenzy is happening now, and the gun blast for this 1800 nautical mile run is scheduled for Sunday, August 10th. Held by the Royal Ocean Racing Club, this is one stellar event with all the top names at most high-end ocean racing classes. the Mod 70s, the Imoca 60s, the Class 40s, and even 5 of the new VOR 65s trained for the Volvo Ocean Race will be on the water for their first real clash. You can too, and from the comfort of your desktop, as race partner Virtual Regatta now has your boat prepped up and ready for entry. Multi-hull, monohull, you choose. Simply go to virtualregatta.com, join the experience, and sail against the very best. Complete results, highlights, and interviews in the next NC Sports edition. In other briefs, another British classic. Cows Week is also in full swing, perhaps the most famous regatta in the world. This event can count on 188 years of tradition to prove it. Talented sailors in a number of classes are now on the water, including IRC divisions, cruisers, Figaros, Echos, Jays, Dragons, and many more. The week-long bash includes racing and very special events on shore, drawing crowds in the thousands from all over the UK. Successfully organized by the joint efforts of all the Cows clubs for the past 50 years, this edition of Cows Week is definitely living up to its reputation. In other August highlights, a resident classic yacht expert, Michel Dejoie, will be taking you on board and racing at the Corsica Classic from the 23rd to the 31st of August. Also partnering with Nautical Channel, this 5th edition of the regatta will once again put on the water a Harlequin fleet of vintage and a spirit of tradition yachts that promise to take you back in time and into a real-life port-by-port itinerary around this amazing Mediterranean island. Hop on board with Michel and crew for a very special presentation on the Corsica Classic 2014. This September, only on Nautical Channel. "30 knots and the pumping swells in the Canaries." Be there. Tune in to Nautical Channel for this Saturday's premiere of Top Story for the PKRA and PWA Grand Slams in Fuerteventura. Thanks for watching. Fresh editions of NC Sports will be back on air and online after the break as of Thursday, September 4th. Plunge into the action with NC Sports.